you guys?
Yeah, I think today you'll see some light catch. He's feeling good. So you take a little time off. You have to work back into it a little bit. So that's where he's at right now. But he's in a good place, and so he'll be out there. Again, like I said yesterday, doing some baseball activities, but throwing a little bit today.
Do you have a general ETA on when you expect he's going to throw a bullpen?
General, gosh, I don't want to put a day on it, but we'd like to give him a few days and not rush this thing. So I couldn't tell you what day though.
Hey, were all your guys going to throw like 2 live BPs before games start?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay, so the guys that throw today will throw on Wednesday.
Right.
Okay. And then the original plan with DeGrom, I haven't had a chance to ask Maddox, and I know it's probably a better question for him. The original plan with DeGrom was like he was going to throw 1 extra live BP before.
Right.
You still plan to?
Yeah, you know what? You have to get with Mike or Jacob on that. Be honest. With having to make a little adjustment here.
Okay.
So what will be the theme of your?
Well, I don't know. We'll talk about a few things. We got a lot of intros. You always have those in the first meeting, but give them a chance to get to know me a little bit. But I don't see why. He'll say a few words, and I'll try to cover some things that I'd like to get done.
How important is Marcus Semien to this team?
How important, man? I don't know how you quantify that. He's such a important player, not just on the field, but just having him around in the clubhouse. But here's the guy that leading off. He's the one that helps he gets things going. He just plays a critical role in our team's success, and he's a professional and just does things right. I love the way he goes about his business and what he does for other teammates.
I know you said you weren't ready to reveal a lineup, but did you just give us a little, 1 of 9 there?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to hit the back end of the order, so I don't think that was a big surprise.
You had said the first day that you didn't expect to change Semien and Seager, but after that you haven't really committed anything.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Coach, what's your feeling on meetings?
My feeling on meetings?
Yeah, your feeling on meetings.
I think they're good when they're necessary. I think sometimes they are necessary. It's. I think you can have too many meetings if that, and they can be too long sometimes to where you get to the point of diminishing return on them.
With that in mind, you've been at the helm of some teams that have had some high expectations at the start of the season. Is that more of something that you address with the team, or do you allow players to kind of talk about that internally?
I think both. I think we'll talk about that. We should have high expectations right now when you look at the improvements that have been made with this club, and so I certainly want them to feel that. And you should embrace that. I mean, it's a lot better having that than the other way, and not feeling a lot of hope. This is a good pitching staff, a good rotation. It should be a good bullpen, and so these guys should feel good about where we're at.
The great.
Yeah.
That your approach?
Yeah. I don't know if that's quite my approach, but yeah, hey, we got work to do, and we have to do it on the field. I mean, trust me, we're having meetings. We meet every day.
Right.
We have smaller meetings. We have bigger meetings, but you like them short and crisp, and to the point, and that's the way I like it.
No, this team meets too much. The last 5 years, too many meetings. Too many.
Yeah, I don't think you'll hear that anymore, to be honest. But sometimes they're necessary.
I know this isn't a guy.
I was in a meeting one time. I won't tell you where or who, but we had a meeting to talk about if meetings were productive. I went, well, okay.
I know this isn't a guy that's expected to make the team out of camp, but what does a successful spring training look like for Evan Carter?
Yeah, this is going to be a great experience for him. I mean, we think a lot of this kid, obviously, and for him to kind of have an idea, what it's like up here, because you're talking about a young kid that hasn't been past Double A yet, and it's going to be a very valuable time for him to kind of get a feel, what it's like up here, and he'll, I'm sure, be talking to a lot of our veterans. But I haven't had a chance to sit down and talk with him yet. But I'm looking forward to it. This kid looks like he's just got a real bright future, and so that first spring training, you don't forget, and you need to soak it in and take advantage of it. And he sounds like the kind of kid that's going to do that.
I was thinking about this morning. So you get the young pitchers in here, and you can go, there's DeGrom, there's Evaldi, there's John Gray, there's no shortage of veteran pitchers. Veteran outfielders, there's some veteran guys, but it's not as deep as
Right.
pitching. So is there anybody in particular that you kind of hope to see Carter shadowing, like you need to get with this guy?
It doesn't necessarily have to be an outfielder. It can. I mean, you're talking about we had two really great guys up the middle with experience that they can help out there. Nathaniel Lowe, catching, even experienced pitchers. Anybody just sitting in the game, sitting there watching the game, talking. Somebody who's been around the game. That's it doesn't have to be an outfielder.
So what will you do with the full squad this year? Will you try to split your time between pitchers and position players?
Yeah, I'll with live pitching. I'll have the group that I look at where they're throwing. I got to get used to all the fields. Good thing I have a cart now. See, I'm used to having two fields, so I just went back and forth, and they were pretty long days, to be honest. When you had to get all the live pitching in, but we'll have 6 going today, so I'll have to keep track. And then next day, we're talking about meetings. We'll have a meeting. We'll have all the pitching coaches on their respective fields and go over what they saw.
Are you telling me you did not have a cart in San Francisco?
No.
You won 3 world championships and they didn't give you a golf cart.
You didn't need a golf cart. You only had, you had
right.
one field you could cut through the clubhouse and you were at the other field. There wasn't room on the cart for the cart.